Welcome to another edition of the Business Renovator with Coach Phil. I'm Coach Phil, hiding behind the scenes. Here I am, Coach Phil here. So like I would like to start with every one of these sessions is my buddy, Brian Monahan, has this great book called Customer Delight. And today's version, quote today from my buddy Brian, an author of this book, is smile. It's contagious. Brian's take on that particular quote was the best part of sharing a smile is that it doesn't cost a dime. Consider creating a strategy to help yourself and your employees smile more. The more they smile, the more your customers smile, the more your bottom line smiles. Catch a smile. In order to catch a smile, you got to give one away. You'll find it's contagious without any unwanted side effects. So today is part 2 of basically attitude. It's really what it's all about. So what I'd like to do now is jump on and share a screen on the second concept or principle with respect to mindset. So I'm going to quickly share my screen. Bring that on. And we should be seeing my screen here. There we go. So part 2 of this series is taking responsibility. And as you can see by the title, or response-ability, we can respond with an ability. And what I want to share with you in this particular session is something that we refer to in my world as victor-victim. So if you were to draw this out in a live in person, I would have you on a piece of paper, draw a line halfway down the middle of the page, and to the left of that, write problems, just like you see there. And the next thing I would get you to do would be to do this. Write prove there, and then I'm going to go through a series of words that help define what the acronym of prove is all about. So the first thing is to be proactive. That's the P. The second part, going back to taking responsibility, even though there's an issue out there, I may not have caused it, but I'm going to take it and take responsibility and fix it. I'm actually going to take ownership of it. And in that ownership, then you have a vision what the ideal outcome for that would be. And you're always striving for excellence. There it is. It just showed right up. So these things are all above the line. That's why we have the line going from left to right. And that's the problem line. Are you above the line or below the line? Are you taking responsibility? Are you proactive? Are you responsible? Do you take ownership for what's going on, even though you may not have caused it? And even if you had caused it, do you have a vision for what it would like to be if you wanted to move away from the situation you're in to the ideal end result? And are you striving to do with excellence? Which kind of ties into customer delight. So this is this kind of person, arms in the air, feeling very confident, feeling highly efficacious. And think about in your world, if you had anybody that you've met that's been like that, have you been like that? Are you like that? Do these people give you energy or do they take your energy? Think about that. Do they give you energy or do they take your energy? These people generally give you energy because they're passionate, they're responsible, they take ownership, they have a vision, excellence, they're probably enthusiastic. The person below the line, though, probably isn't like that. Well, matter of fact, they're not like that. And so the acronym there is BENS. And you'll see here as I click on the mouse, B, blame. So they blame others. They're always making excuses. if they're making excuses and blaming others, they're always looking for the problem versus the solution. They don't see things as an opportunity. They're always a problem. They're in a sense of denial. It's never their fault. I didn't do it. And they live in this place, scarcity. So they have a mindset of being, there's not enough. There's always lacking. So you don't want to be this person. This person is the kind of person that, I don't know if you've ever met anybody like this or not, but when I run into these kind of people, I want to get away from them as fast as I can. They take my energy away. And, my subconscious mind is too valuable for me to take that energy, their thoughts and their ideas. I don't want them in my head. I have my own monkey brain that I'm managing and working through, where it already is trying to keep me stuck in my isness, which is my habitual thinking. So prove bends above the line, below the line. Which are you? Now, I'm not saying that nobody ever goes below the line. Even I do. What's important, though, is not to stay below the line, to recognize that you're human and you do have emotions, and we go all over the spectrum with our emotions. So what you want to do is, when you recognize that you might have a tendency of being in the below the line state, is to get yourself above the line as fast as reasonably possible. If you're in a leadership role, management role, parent role, you can use this, once you've explained it to your team, your family, to your benefit and to theirs. Because when you see somebody you care about, that somebody's on your team, and they're below the line, you can use this to get them above the line. You could say to them, hey, Mary, it seems you're not your normal self. You look like you're below the line today. Can I ask you what's up? And help them start to see and get a vision so they can climb up a little bit higher, to be more above the line than where they are now, and they can move towards that. And one of my friends that I just popped on, Randy Chafee, he is a guy that is proactive. He is responsible. He does take ownership. He is visionary, and he strives for excellence in everything that he does. Now, I haven't known this guy all my life. I've only known him since COVID. But as a result of COVID-19 happening, because I took ownership and because I was proactive and because I took responsibility, I got to meet people like Randy. And man, am I ever glad I met him. This guy is amazing. He's a sales professional serving his community and making their life better because of what he believes in, sharing his passion and solving their problems. He is a really good example of somebody who lives above the line most of the time. Right? So Randy, welcome, buddy. Great to see you in here. So from a leadership point of view, think about this. Take a minute to draw this out, or if you see this on a replay, draw it out and make this something as part of your culture. This isn't just something that's made up. This is actually based on, let's see if I can get the next slide come up for us in the right fashion here. Oh, I haven't finished this one. I forgot there's the other components. So above the line, you're a victor. You're looking for opportunities and you're seeking them, looking for solutions to problems and challenges. And so you see them as opportunity. And the people that are below the line, we call them failure magnets. They're a victim. They're looking for ways to do as little as possible. And the ones above the line tend to do more than what they're paid for. And if you've studied Think and Grow Rich, you'll understand what that really means. The key to abundance in life, and it's not just money, it means that you're providing value in a variety of different areas, not just money. You're providing your energy and ideas to your community versus hiding away and blaming everybody and so should take responsibility for whatever is ailing you. That's not the way to live an abundant life. Abundant life people, high achieving people, and again, it's not all about money. It's about an abundant life, are victors. They help those in their community that they care about. They serve others, and sometimes they profit by it financially. But you know what? If you have money, you have more options to help more people. So that's just one thought. So this concept comes from a book. And here's the book cover. So you always have a choice. So the Oz principle defines accountability as a personal choice to rise above one's circumstances and demonstrate the necessary the ownership necessary for achieving desired results, to see it, to own it, to solve it, and to do it. The book is organized around the steps to accountability model, which shows how to create both individual and organization accountability for achieving results. So if you want to do a deeper dive into victor-victim, I encourage you to go and grab a copy of the Oz Principle and read it and study it. And if you don't want to do that, just go back to, let's see if I can get back up to, well, actually, here's a recap of the whole thing. Slightly different look at it, but the same principles are there. And it's coming up right now. Any second. Come on, slides, move. Okay, now I've got it. You know this, you get the circle of, oh, now my system says it's going to crash. But it didn't. It showed up. We were responsible, we were proactive, and I thought it would happen, and it did. So what you see here now is just another example of being above the line, being a victor versus a victim. Prove. So proactive, take responsibility, you own it, you have a vision, and you strive for excellence. Being an opportunity seeker, looking for the solutions to the problems and challenges that you're faced with. Below the line is Ben's. They blame, make excuses, they're negative, they're in a sense of denial, and they live in this crazy city, scarcity. You want to move out of that city as fast as possible. You do not want to be a victim. Well, who am I to tell you what you want to be? You might not want to be a victim. If you don't want to be a victim, turn yourself into a victor and ask yourself today, am I a victor or am I a victim mindset? So there you go. Here's my buddy Randy saying victor, victim. He loves it. So do I. It's a really simple power principle, but it's an amazing thing to look at. You can check in with yourself, your team, and even your clients that you serve. You can ask them, teach them this, and then you can ask them, are you a victor today? Or are you a victim? Hey, there's Ray. Phil Jilks, my neighbor to the north. Love your teaching, my friend. Hey, Ray, I appreciate you, buddy. There's a guy who is not a victim. We had a conversation a couple of weeks ago, and I introduced to him an exercise, and lo and behold, he did the exercise, and he overachieved the goal. The goal was to have at least 100 on his list. I believe he got to 140, and he hasn't stopped writing. And I believe it's really helped him stay above the line and be a victor more often than what he was prior to having that exercise. So if you want to have a virtual coffee with me, I welcome the opportunity to hang out with you for a minute. I just need to go back to stop sharing so you can get my information. This is based on the title I have, The Business Renovator. And above me, you can see my website, coachphil.ca. And over to the other left, that side, right? That's to my right, I guess, on camera, phil@coachphil.ca. If you have an idea, tip, or a question you want to have addressed by me over one of these live streams that I do, shoot me a message to phil@coachphil.ca. Happy to send it to you. If you haven't asked me yet for my digital booklet on creating a vision for a better ideal life, personally and business-wise, again, shoot me an email, and in the subject line, put vision, and I'll send you that digital book. Thank you for being here. Kellen, Randy, Ray, appreciate you guys. Just post Ray's last comment here, and then I'm going to end it. It says, yes, sir, kicking butt now thanks to the 201 reminders of success. Great tool to reflect on each day. See, he's a victor. He got the idea, he implemented it, and now his life is changing. Awesome. Great to hear that. Thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow morning a little bit earlier because I'm a victor. I had an opportunity. Okay, I'll tell you why I was late today. I had an opportunity to work with a client with an idea that we've been working on, and had scheduled 60 minutes to have that conversation. And as a result of the conversation taking longer because of the value and the questions that they had, great questions, some things I hadn't thought of and some things that they needed addressed. So now we've moved the needle to the goal line. We're getting into the red zone, and it's going to be life-changing for those that participate with us, and it's specifically done for them. More value, great information that they can share with their own dealer contractor network, and make their clients lives a little bit better. Again, thanks for being here, guys.